Dreamcore. Apparently, I did play this game in a very, very early state, and now it is very positive on Steam. And the Liminal Hotel just dropped. I'm starting with the Liminal Hotel. I don't know, man. These games get, like, very samey, but yet I can't stop playing them. And apparently people can't stop watching me play them. Good streams to sleep to. Yeah. We all yearn for large empty spaces so we don't have to pay for. We don't have to pay for them. Yeah, man. Well, is there a way to... Let's get that mouse sensitivity down. Start with that. I want to make it real E3-like. If there was mouse smoothing, I would be a lot happier, but that's not happening. We'll get rid of motion blur. We don't need that. I can smell this place already. All right, this maybe isn't the most appropriate filter for this moment, but I'm gonna go for it. Chad, how's that sound? Is that the right amount? Or is that too much? Totally unfitting, 10 out of 10? All right. It is unfitting for this part. It'll be more fitting in the pool rooms. I lowered it just a little tiny bit. I'll increase it if we go to the pool rooms. Oh, it's perfect here. All right. One thing I need to do is I want to get rid of the screen tearing. I want this to be an immersive experience for the chat, for myself. I'm going to increase the volume. There's no jump scares, so there's no reason not to increase the volume, right? There is a cuck chair. Say what you will about cuck chairs, but they're useful. Someone just said cuck throne. They're useful for what? Sitting, you freak. Here it is. The hotel that set the internet on fire for some reason. Myself included, I guess. I don't know. Kind of really hoping there would be like a liminal man in one of these rooms at least. Maybe I am the liminal man. Have you ever thought of going to the airport hotel this place is based on? So it's in the UK, right? I think people have found it. People make a pilgrimage there now. It's in Heathrow. No, I mean, I want to go to the UK at some point. That is definitely a mission in my life. But if I'm passing through Heathrow, maybe I'll just take a quick look. Don't, it's a shithole. What, Heathrow or all of the UK? How to make enemies of multiple chat members. 101. Learn from this guy. Huh. Yeah, I haven't been to this Liminal Hotel, but I have been to, there's a place in Kingston, New York. There's some fucking weird-ass Liminal Hotel that has, like, an atrium, and it's got a similar, like, vibe, and there's, like, a pool, so it smells like pool and carpet, and it's just not dirty enough. Vinny, did you see the Vegas Clown Hotel by the cemetery? No, but I wanted to go there. It's just, you know how far away that shit is? How do I get out of here? Fucking hell. I'm talking about too many different things at the same time, but yes, the Clown Motel is supposedly haunted. Of course it's haunted. How could it not be? And there is, in fact, a graveyard next to the Clown Motel. But it was like an 8-hour drive away from where I was staying, which is the Las Vegas Strip. So that wasn't doable. However, nice shining carpet. Obligatory. However, airports. I don't have a lot of experience in airports. They're both kind of places of deep sadness and also intrigue. There's liminality because there are like entire portions of the Newark airport that I was just there and no one else was. And it was like 1 a.m. and just a giant portion of airport was just maybe one other person. I am fascinated by airports. There's like a VR chat map that had like a psychedelic airport that was normal until it wasn't. Remember, I checked the toilet on 4th of July? They actually dedicated a toilet to me. They literally put a fucking a plaque on the toilet that I dunked my head in. What the fuck are you talking about? I have a toilet dedicated to me. So, yeah, I think airports are really cool. I kind of like weird spaces like this. Is why I play games like this. I don't know, man. There's just something about it. Whatever this trend has become, it is old hat by now, but yet I saw this got an update and I saw that it was hotels and I'm like, okay. Pools is really good. There's a VR version of that. I don't believe it is for Steam VR because of course, why would it be? Why would they do that? Maybe it is, but is old hat your your favorite phrase? Is it? Could try new hat. There's still a lot of liminal spaces in VR chat you can check out. Yes, for sure. I did a VR Gary's Mod liminal thing a couple Halloweens back, and that was actually really good. Oh yeah, I'm the caretaker of this fine establishment. Yeah. Hey Lloyd, seem to have gotten some advocat on my jacket. The other thing is, so yes, airports are weird. The Vegas airport is not particularly liminal to me because there's just fucking noise and slot machines. I swear to God, if I have to see that CG Frankenstein face one more time, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. Denver Airport is weird as fuck. Denver Airport, I've heard tale of. I know that there's an Illuminati bunker in there and demonic imagery and, you know, orgies and stuff. And the horsemen of the apocalypse and all that. Demon horse, yeah. Goblins are in there. There's steak. New type of hotel room. Any ice? I need some ice. Oh, purple. Have you seen the New World mural there? It's creepy shit. Oh yeah, no, I have. Also built in the shittiest part of Denver, so you get immediate turbulence when you take off. I mean, I flew over Denver, kind of. I think I could see it. It was a surprisingly clear night, and one of the things I enjoyed, and again, this is someone who hasn't really flown a lot, was just kind of looking down and seeing like Butte and various like cities. I was like, oh, there's a lot of lights concentrated in that one spot. What's that? And then I would like, you know, check it and be like, oh, that's a city. Oh, that's just a big town. That's fun for a little while, and then I just played my video games. Huh. What did it feel like to see New York from the air? I mean, I have before when I was younger, and it felt weirdly homey. It's nice to be home. And I got pictures of it. It was a clear night, and my phone didn't do it justice, but it looked cool. Was it when the towers were still up? Actually, yes. I mean, I'd been on a plane in the, you know, after that as well. Balloon? That's floor 3. I gotta get to floor 3 and check for the balloon. I don't know why I have to do that, but I think I have to do that. So, yeah, airport stuff aside, Vegas also had a lot of really weird spaces. Like this. There's the corridor going to the Sphere. That was filled with people, but if it wasn't, it would be real weird. A lot of the strip is like kind of hostile towards pedestrians. I don't really know how else to put it. And as such, a lot of the casinos are connected via like malls. And some of them are nice, and some of them are just the same 7 stores over and over and over again. And I can tell you the one that was the most depressing was Planet Hollywood. It had the fake sky thing and everything. It had the shut down stores. It had like the giant stripper. That shit is still around. I don't know how it is. And now that the prices are rising in Vegas, I have a feeling people are going to stay at the shittier hotels, but Planet Hollywood was maybe a little too shitty. Planet Hollywood used to be the Aladdin, and the mall is still Arabian Nights themed. That fucking explains a lot, because I thought it was based on a movie or something. How do I get down to the 3rd floor? The door just kind of opened on its own. They're acting like people would come back if they made it more expensive. I mean, again, it's the McDonald's effect. But I just don't think a lot of people care. They don't care. I don't think this goes any lower. No. People who go to Vegas are going to spend money, that's the thing, right? Yeah, but apparently tourism is down like 8 to 10% or some figure like that. And what my Uber driver was telling me at one point was that you don't notice it because F1 was about to happen. And there was like, a time of year where there's a bunch of people there, but it's down because a lot of times Vegas would have cheap hotels to get people there so they could gamble. And the prices were not as crazy. That was the allure, was that like you could take a vacation there at a relatively affordable price and then just blow all your money afterwards. Someone said I was there for F1 and getting around was an absolute nightmare. Yeah, when I was there, there was scaffolding and they were setting up and getting prepared, and it was very ugly, and it made getting around via Uber horrendous. I'm glad I didn't rent a car. And then there's like convenience fees, there's hotel fees, there's all kinds of hidden fees. There's even fees on your bill that if you don't ask about it, I learned this afterwards, and I might have gotten fucked with some shitty like restaurant bill. But there are like fees that are hidden that you can bring to their attention, and they're like, "Oh, we'll remove that for you, sir." Who knew? How is that not suable? This could be a whole. I mean, honestly, this conversation could start getting. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It could start getting a little bit annoying, so I don't want to go there right now, but yeah, it sucks. Wow. Shining-esque. Chat, spaces like this are weirdly alluring. At the Philadelphia Convention Center I was at for PAX Unplugged, there was kind of this like third floor that had a lower ceiling, and then the main area was like this, and it had places to sit, little hallways to chill. It was where there were like panel rooms and stuff. The mezzanine, yeah, it was really cool. That was like my favorite place. I actually kind of enjoyed exploring the convention center almost more than PAX Unplugged. Just had some really cool spaces, and they were dark too, like that one. What's PAX Unplugged? PAX Unplugged is for like card games and board games. Someone said, imagine going to Vegas and not expecting to spend any money. That's one read of that. I would say it just used to be, from what I understand, cheaper with less hidden convenience fees. The way I explained it was, in New York City, at Dunkin' Donuts, you can get a bacon, egg, and cheese for $5. In Vegas, on the Strip, it's $15. You've heard me say this, many of you, a couple times now. So that to me seems insane. That might just be a rage bait chat member. Sorry, chat member. But yeah, I mean, of course, you expect to spend money. But by all accounts, it's getting more and more expensive. Manhattan hotel prices are also nuts lately. I believe that. You expect to get fucked by gambling, not visiting. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the deal, is if you can avoid gambling, you can. The idea is you could have a relatively inexpensive vacation compared to like some of the more exotic locations. But at the current moment, it seems like, yeah, everything is real expensive. Did you visit any houses of ill repute? I told you, I went to Planet Hollywood. I went to the houses of the holy. I think he means, did you go to Germa's house? No. Did you see Elvis? I'm sure I did. They had, one of the casinos had Big Elvis. I don't really know who Big Elvis is. Oh, here's this place again. Oh man, this is confusing. Fuck. Wish Penn and Teller were still doing shows. I loved that I got to see them when I went years ago. They are. I saw them. They were great. That's at the Rio. Jim! And the Rio has had a floating Mardi Gras, like with like Zeppelins and shit on like ceiling tracks. And now it's just another sad space. Apparently the Rio was like really cool at one point, and yeah, it's just not as cool anymore. But it does have Kiss mini golf, including Gene Simmons' tongue. It tells you not to sit on. But that's the thing about like Vegas. That's why this is a topic of conversation, is because I'm playing this game. And it reminds me of like the Luxor, not now, but just like the Luxor had this weird vibe to it, and like it's a very surprising thing that exists, and smells a little weird too. I know where the elevator is. What do you feel like the next healthy step this genre can take is? What about a sustaining mechanic? Sustaining mechanic. Hey, Lloyd. Oh, hello, Shining. Someone said I always liked the idea of the how long can you survive thing. I know this is up. I'm just curious. All right. Yeah, this is just more of this. Yeah, like you're dropped in a space like this, and you know that there's no exit. That's the only thing you know for sure. At some point, chat, I think a Liminal Hotel or like a Liminal Space TV show by Vince Gilligan or something is going to happen. I'm watching Pluribus, right? And that show delights in taking its time and putting the main character, Carol, through like just very simple tasks in a situation that is extraordinary. Oh, I'm not spoiling a goddamn thing, don't worry, but like you'll get like a half hour just on how she's like like, eating. Okay, not a half hour, but yeah. I think with the right story, with the right director, you could do something interesting with something like this. Picture Dawn of the Dead original, but a weirdo, sicko Liminal Hotel. Well, we made it. The video I watched of the person who went here, I forget who it was. The space was, I mean, I've played this in video games like a dozen times by now. But it's not that big of a space. Like, this is bigger than it actually is in Heathrow. Pretty grand. They should have a fear game set in hostile liminal spaces. Sure. By the way, having horror elements in your liminal space game, I really think defeats the purpose. But I also think having a little bit of weird shit, like the balloon, is okay. That's why I was kind of hoping to look up onto one of these balconies and see someone. I like subtle. That's a personal thing. I know there's someone said I'm a purist, like the person in chat is a purist about their liminal spaces. And fair enough, the space itself is supposed to be enough to cause some weird, feeling. But in VR, it's more effective, but it's still not as effective as real life. Turn the power on. I mean, I know the elevator doesn't go down anymore, but... Fuck. I was here before, right? Game saved. It's another elevator up. That's how I got here. Follow the beeping. Well, the beeping is the down elevator. Think. Vinny, do you think you'd be up to being paid to be a caretaker in a large, empty hotel for a few months like this place or the Overlook in The Shining, minus the ghosts? Chat, is it possible I have to go back up? I'll answer that if you give me just a minute. It's back on the floor where you started. I mean, you might be right. I think my answer to that question is I'm pretty happy with my life. I don't think I would want to do that. I'm sorry, but was that question if Vinny would just get a normal job? I think that was chat member, yes. I mean, I did normal job for 13 years, several. So I you know, that's why I do appreciate what I have now. But would I do that? I think I would go a little stir crazy. There would be questions. Do I have internet? Do I have, like, the ability to communicate with other people? How much is the paycheck? How long does one have to be the caretaker of the Overlook Hotel from The Shining minus the ghosts? I bet the acoustics in the Overlook are fucking crazy. Like, really good. There's another hall on the bottom floor. It might take you all the way up. I did see that, but I mean, you could be right. It's going to keep following the beeping. I think there were times in my life where I could do the caretaker job a little bit better than other times. Like, there was a time where the only thing I really needed was computer and video game. But now I would probably hate it. Thank you for the raid, Desert P. Really appreciate you. How isolated would you be willing to go? Like lighthouse keeper. Oh man, we made it. Someone said Antarctica base or something like that. Again, I would prefer to avoid this situation altogether. I'm also a little bit weird because I can kind of be isolated for a while, but I also like to be alone around other people. That might sound a little weird. When I go to, I mean, I like to be around other people too. I like to be alone. Those are both great. But there's this other thing. Like when I'm at a convention, it's kind of nice to just walk around by myself and just come up with lyrics and stuff in my head and just observe and not necessarily be talking to people, but being around other people. And sometimes I do that. I go to Manhattan and I just walk around for hours and just kind of, again, just keep to myself. But I kind of like that a lot. Look at the foot-tongue fountain. Yeah, I like to look at the foot-tongue fountain. Someone said, is this a cry for help, man? I think it's actually quite good for me. What must I do? What must I do for my mentor? But I know that, like, what's normal for someone is not going to be normal for everyone. So that's why I said it's a little weird of a thing, for sure. But I like it. I think it's cool. For me, it's just a way to get some exercise, get some inspiration, write some music in my head, which may sound a little weird, but it works. And then, you know, like I could definitely talk to people if I need to. You know, like something crazy happens, you can talk to a passerby. I don't really mind that anymore. Any of the social anxiety I may have had, I still am relatively quiet, but any of that shit, You do this long enough, you go to conventions, you know, play a show, it kind of goes away a little bit. So I'm good, but I do like to just once in a while, like I talk for a living, so I like to shut the fuck up. You wouldn't believe that if you watch my streams, but there are times I just love to shut the fuck up. But not for too long. Not for too long. Are you the kind of person that talks to yourself? A little bit. Not too much, just a little bit. Sometimes I am right now, yeah. Sometimes I do the funny voices because I'm weird. And, like that kind of thing. I just realized something. Is this how they created the Star Wars droid sound effects? I hear it. It's getting louder. Aren't you on the wrong floor? I think I'm on the top floor, right? You're moving away from it. If I missed an elevator that goes all the way to the top floor, that's gonna be so... I'm gonna be so pissed off. I think I have to get there. Okay, I have a sense of geography now, so I just need to figure out how to get there. Shit. Oh, man. What? That doesn't even make any sense. We... What? It's loud. I was expecting it to go back to the menu. Oh my god. It's the lodge. Oh my god. The red room. Douglas fir. Huh. Seriously lost. I hear Laura Palmer's theme. Kinda. It's so goddamn distinctive. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't want to risk actually doing the full theme, but just throwing in a couple of chords. Angelo, I need a song. I need a beautiful song. Make it weird and disconcerting. Angelo, can you do it for me? Can you do it? I feel like I'm going to give some honest criticism. Once you get here, it doesn't need to be this goddamn labyrinthian. I feel like it's okay to just do a little thing. The Red Room wasn't a maze. No, not really, from what I remember of it. I haven't seen the whole show, but... The dev said he was going to change this whole chapter? Really? Wait. Over the past few days, I've been reading many comments and reviews. Before moving on to the fifth and final map, I'm going to focus on an update dedicated to the Liminal Hotel exclusively. A general expansion of the level, with more areas and additional space to explore. Wait, why? A complete reconstruction of floors 1 and 2, which were the most talked about sections. Adjustments to pacing, atmosphere, and overall exploration. Wait, they're adding more? Man, I would go with the... variety is good, yes. I feel like that was a lot, and once you activate the power, retracing your steps was not the most fun part of the game. maybe I missed a better elevator, but it wasn't great. And I guess there are players of liminal games that are hardcore and want like lots of gameplay. My personal preference for something like this would be a little more concise. And this being a labyrinth is not really amazing. Oh, is this... That's the beginning, isn't it? They should include you in the next season of Uma Musume with how good you are at running in circles. Laugh it up, fuzzball. It's good. Trying to like stick to a direction. Yeah, this to me feels like it could be just a victory lap. Imagine if Nexialis were here. Is that a fucking worlds.com reference? The fuck? Okay. I'm curious to see what the developer is going to do with the pacing of that. It was pretty cool. Yeah, I feel like there's some stuff that goes a little bit long, but I overall kind of liked it. But it is kind of hard to say what do you do with this genre? Is there a way to do more? Or do you just have to because there was the one I played that ended up genuinely becoming a horror game. I played a demo of it not too many Sundays ago. And people seem to really like that one. Puzzles? Yeah. I don't know. Make it a time management game. The idea of being a caretaker of a place has legs. I guess so. I mean, maybe. Or you could also do, like I said, there's a survival thing you could do. You could do, it gets weirder, you lose your sanity. Just do the Shining simulator. The other way I could see this going is ultra detail. Less running around in giant areas, and kind of like how I talk about Half-Life Alyx, and the design philosophy at Valve was VR is inherently different than playing it with mouse and keyboard, so you move slower, and the player takes more time to look at everything in the environment. So they added a ton of detail to the environments in Half-Life Alyx. I could see a liminal game like set in a couple rooms even, and just having tons of stuff and details and things that change, or, you know, you could do a lot with this genre, I think, but eternal suburbia playrooms, dream pools. The best part of Alyx was exploring the infested apartments in the quarantine zone. Yeah, like environmental storytelling and learning what was going on, picking up like a book and just looking at the cover, or like, you know, just really like a really heavily detailed environment that you could take your time exploring. Huh. Someone said, "Oh, have fun with this one." I don't think I'm gonna go for an ending on this one. Especially if chat member is like, yeah, I kind of agree. No, I think this is the way to do it. I know, like, intentionally shitifying the picture is not for everybody, but I kind of get it. But, okay, that's interesting. There's something going on. But yeah, like, you can have big, wide open liminal areas, but then, like, less areas to go to, but much more detail in each one. Like, I'm just gonna spitball a little bit here. So if you want to make this game, chat, you go make it. You have my blessing. Picture you're in a giant liminal IKEA. And there's mannequins that have been knocked over. There's dead people. And you just have to figure out, like, what happened. And there's this whole SCP story around it. It is, yeah, you know what? It is exactly, after doing the SCP showcase, it's exactly that. There's been like 12 of these IKEA games on Steam already. Alright, so maybe we can do something that isn't IKEA. Let's do Walmart. And there's smells. Like, you actually download smells. I have played a couple IKEA games, yeah. But the reason I say like something like an IKEA or a department store is there's a lot more room to like have like fully detailed environments and maybe have some kind of story and you could relate it to the SCP thing. Might be fun. Omega Mart the game. You know what, chat member? I think you fucking nailed it. So the thing I did in Las Vegas was Omega Mart. I talked about it. And it is actually kind of that. And much like the Sleep No More thing I went to a bunch, there are people who would go back over and over and over again just to read like what was written in like one room. And there's a lot of story. Each room had like story. It had like a whole kind of thing that was trying to... It was elusive, but it was there if you wanted to figure it out. And Omega Mart was like, yeah, a supermarket that got like dimensionally fucked up. I think I only did it for like an hour and a half, so I don't really know exactly, but they had lots of video and like stuff to read and stuff on computers that you could activate and like actually go on the computer and get the story. There's multiple storylines. But I mean, I just enjoy walking around and looking at things. And that was a walking simulator in real life. Omega Mart. So it's dark now. You could also actually buy stuff off the shelves. Yeah, I bought a lobster claw pen and gum. But yeah, I do wish VR was a little bit bigger and people were utilizing it better, because I really think, like, not just VR chat, which is great, obviously. There are map creators that are creating basically full-ass games. What were those mods? What were those maps we played that had all the weird bendy, twisty shit? Epilogue. Yeah, Epilogue. An Organism. Love that stuff. That stuff is great. So, yeah, there is stuff like that in VR, but I mean, man, I would really love to see, maybe in the future, if VR gets a second shot in the arm. Ritual, I haven't done. I gotta check that out. Definitely. But maybe there would be more games like the ones I'm describing. I am down for just walking around and looking at things. Shooting is nice too, especially when shoot is fun. I don't know if I'm even approximately going the right way. I just realized how little the voice echo, how little sense the voice echo makes here. Yeah, I'm going with it. I'm going to stick with it. You're right, though. And good morning, gamers. Welcome to the neighborhood that never dies. Idly didly dodely, neighbors. You know, I think liminal spaces are full of shit. There's no such thing. And if you have an interest in it, kind of a freak. Oakley dokley, neighbor. Have a good one. Fuck. I mean, the water tower seems pretty deliberate. It's just like a way to funnel you. I think you might like Mystery Flesh Pit National Park. It's very weird. That's a game, right? I'm backtracking. It's real. Is this chat? Am I backtracking? I'm very confused. I didn't... I don't think we're getting to that water tower. Ignore water tower, keep moving. If confusion was the goal, then it was accomplished spectacularly. I was only going to play this for just a couple minutes. I guess now I'm playing it. Well, Final Fantasy Tactics streams are more like bonus streams anyway, because I haven't streamed the whole story. So it's kind of just for the fans of Final Fantasy Tactics. Final Fantasy sucks. Oh man. What's something you enjoy? Tell me now. Be brave enough to tell me a thing you like. Do it. I don't even know who that chat member was. I'll never know. Redvox? Ooh, Blade Runner, huh? Ooh, huh? Yeah. Well played. What do I enjoy? I like food. I like breathing. Getting dark again. A lot of random doors opening now. There are some choices. There are path choices. I don't know what to do. You went back tonight? I think there's a cycle. I think there's just a cycle. Now it looks like I'm going in circles. I don't know. Is there a reason you didn't play Hades 2 as much as the first one? Just haven't been in the mood. I think I got kind of burnt out by Ball X Pit and Megabonk. So this looks like the same hill I was on before. I don't know. This is different. There wasn't... wasn't a siren before. Nuke? Oh man, it's this again. I think I did go in circles. Chat, I don't think I can do this anymore. Is there an ending to this? Like a distinct ending? I think you made a wrong turn a while ago and went in circles. I mean, I'm kind of the opinion there shouldn't be a wrong turn in this. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna try one more time to get to that water tower. And if anyone knows of a video that covers the ending of this, I'll just watch that. I don't think I have the patience for the way this game operates. I think it's just too goddamn mazy, which is kind of not what I'm looking for. Also, that's that path again that I was on like 3 times. You played the demo for this one years ago. I know. I'm aware. I don't think... Apparently I didn't like it. But it's been updated so much, I figured maybe it got better. You are nowhere near close to the ending. Okay, that's awesome. All right. I'm gonna do Dreamcore, Eternal, Suburbia. Three-hour VOD of just this area. Holy shit. Well, I found a channel that has a 40-minute video. The name of the channel is Immune Room 1. The fuck? Why was that so different? Oh, this was way bigger. I'm just going to skip around a little bit. Then you get to an industrial thing, and there's all this. There's another, like, walled-in neighborhood. You kept trying to get to the water tower when in reality you weren't supposed to. There was no real indication of which path was correct. You just had to kind of get lucky, I think. Can't tell if this person is like speed hacking. The murals, there was a water tower and a hill. Well, earlier, they don't get to the water tower, it looks like. They get kind of near it. Oh, whatever. I think, I don't know. I kind of feel like Dreamcore is a neat idea, but I feel like it's a frustrating game to play. I feel like it really needs some tightening in general. I know it seems like there's fans that want even longer levels, but finding the right balance between like getting a little lost but not getting frustrated, it's probably kind of difficult. And yeah, that just seemed like nearly impossible to navigate. There might be better ways to go about it. The hotel level at least had like you could look over the edge and you could see where you were in relation to the entire hotel. But that one was just pick the right door. Oh well. Cool atmosphere though, and I really do like stuff like that. I kind of at some point I want to play more maybe of it. I'm not sure if I will, but there's a couple other levels I wouldn't mind checking out. So anyway, take a quick break, and I will be right back with a little bit of Final Fantasy Tactics. I understand if this is your exit. Thanks for being here, but be back shortly.